We've made a few discoveries in the last episode. We found the working man's body. We found Gary, the crypto-fascist. And we also found Lena's missing husband. We haven't talked to him just yet, however. Oh, needless to say, we also forged the signs for Evrat. But that's something we are going to do a bit later. It's almost impossible to get a fire going this near the ocean.
Here we go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
I've been here for 20 minutes.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
You must be Morel, the cryptozoologist?
To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the AL-81.
Should we go with this? Maybe? Yeah, that was me. I broke the water lock with my motor carriage. But it's fixed now. You can go back.
You broke the water lock with a motor carriage? There was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle. It said Samaran Butter.
Oh god. I guess... No, it was all me. I caused your delay, and I'm sorry, but you can return now.
Did he say we can go back now?
Shut up, Gary.
Yes, Gary. We can go soon.
Gary.
If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
Kiri fastens a bit of netting that has come loose in the wind.
His hands are large and weather-worn, but also used to delicate, precise work. For all his passion, this man is diligent and patient. You could learn things from him.
Tell me about this phasmid you're looking for.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
What makes it so difficult to find?
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there?
I don't know what's going on with the dialogue here, but I've been missing some. Is it because I changed the size? I mean, we've been playing since the beginning of the game with larger size font, so you can guys easily read the text just like me, but I don't know. It's been a little buggy around these two. Maybe because of the fascist.
And I suspect it may have also developed other specialized techniques to protect itself from predators or scientists in our present case.
What sorts of specialist techniques is the phasmid using to hide itself?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defenses that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. You're beginning to suspect there's something paranatural about this phasmid.
How big is this phasmid?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
He leaves that conclusion up to you. Why are you so interested in this stick bug? It doesn't seem to be as colorful as some of the other cryptids I heard about.
Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
He shakes his head. What have you discovered so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So, no one's ever found one?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
The cryptozoologist says brusquely enough that even he seems taken aback by it.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Lena said there has been a sighting of it here in Martinez.
Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Maybe the Insulindian phasmid has, died out?
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
I know exactly what that is, but let's make it even funnier. Parthenogenesis?
Yes, the females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions.
That's pretty clever.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate.
How did you become a cryptozoologist?
I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
He seems reluctant to talk about himself, but he'll open up, if you prod a little.
Have you ever discovered a cryptid?
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name, cryptid.
So, how many cryptids have been found?
Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemnee, which is 4,082 items long, about 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes. 2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection.
Only 2 have proven to be real?
Yes, the Chateau Quan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Yugograd, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching.
Not approvingly. Then the Insulindian phasmid will be the 3rd.
Indeed. If our expedition is successful, every paper in the world will report on it. From Revachol to Dushantu. It will be a zoological miracle.
He has clearly done his math on this. There is no surprising him or swaying his opinion.
So you're living your childhood dream out here?
It's not child's play, just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often.
Why not just be a zoologist? Real animals are puzzling too.
Real? I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does.
I don't. It's a profession, just like any other.
Indeed. My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence. And I have more hope that something truly surprising might happen.
And has anything truly surprising ever happened to you?
No, as I said, I have yet to catch a cryptid. Although I have come close. Close enough to keep trying.
Yeah, the text here was a little different. What kinds of evidence do you use?
Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper accounts, like the one that brought us here, to look for the phasmid. I keep a very open mind.
He's interested in things that people believe that scientists don't.
You think other scientists don't listen to ordinary people enough?
Most establishment scientists only care about reputation and remuneration, not real research, and certainly not the truth. They're a cowardly lot, and both the field and basement archives can be dangerous places.
Thanks for explaining that. And how about something else?
Yes?
Let's talk about specific cryptids.
All right. What cryptids precisely? I usually discuss these things with specialists, so I don't know what.
We would have to discuss. He wants to say, but decides against it. You need to ask him about specific cryptids. Cryptids you've heard about from Lena, or his friend Gary. He won't just talk.
There we go. I know all about the kind green ape. Look, I even have a green pen.
I see you've been talking about cryptids with Lena. The kind green ape is one of her favourites. We travelled to South Safra to look for it once. Gary and I got stuck in a rainstorm though, and had to spend most of our time there in a little village. The search was fabulously unsuccessful, but the people were very nice. I'm glad they didn't understand what Gary was saying about him.
Oh god, so you know he's a fascist, don't you?
What? South Safra? They're just on a different rung of the ladder, Morale. I had no problem with them.
Shut up, Gary.
Really? You kept complaining about how dirty everything is, but we digress.
They're a nascent culture. I just didn't feel comfortable. And let's change the topic, okay? Talk about your critters. Or whatever.
He mumbles something.
Yes, back to cryptozoology. You don't want to sow disagreement between friends.
Can I hurl him into the sun? Please. I know about the most dangerous cryptid. The gnome of Jeroma.
Formerly the most dangerous, yes. But do you know the most dangerous living cryptid?
Living? No.
The most dangerous cryptid is a carnivorous ruminant, known colloquially as the dread moose.
Get out of here.
No, but we're not get out of anywhere. The dread moose is a widely reported cryptid from Arda. It subsists entirely on flesh, and has even been known to dig up fresh graves in search of sustenance.
Okay, what does the dread moose look like?
Just like an ordinary Arden moose.
Then how can you tell if it's the ordinary or the dread kind?
You can't. That's what makes it so dreadful, and hard to identify.
A moose that looks like any other moose. What's going on here? He's kidding, right?
I am 100% behind the dread moose. I utterly believe it exists.
Of course you do.
Come on, Kim.
The bodies found in the forest are just one piece of physical evidence. There's more. Sightings in Vasa, reaching back 4 centuries. But, of course, nothing satiates the skepticism of...
A detective. Pardon me, I did not wish to seek conflict. It's simply my training to question things.
Understood, Lieutenant.
I know the biggest cryptid, the Giant of Kokonur.
That's impressive, I guess. But have you seen it with your own eyes?
No.
Of course you haven't.
Have you seen it?
I haven't had a chance to travel to Kokonur. No. And I likely never will. The Samaskil desert region has been embroiled in a small civil war for the last 8 years. I fear this mindless barbarism may have wiped out the elusive creature entirely. Sightings of towering luminosities have grown rare recently, while they once used to be constant.
Yes, sightings of mirages are constant. A mirage is a constant phenomenon that people have no time to report when a war is going on. It remains unclear what this has got to do with you seeing it, as he was inquiring before. He was just being defensive.
I know about Cryobacter cadlensis.
Oh, everyone knows about that one, thanks to Professor Mijanu being the talk of the town for a time.
He coughs in his fist.
Although, probably because her life ended as a result of her work in Gutler, no one remembers her contributions to the search for the Nong-Ok.
The Nong-Ok?
A flightless cursor owl found in the Seminine Isles. Its long legs permit the Nong-Ok to run faster than any other avian, perhaps any other animal, who knows. When it's not hunting its prey in this manner, the Ok hangs from tree branches, like a bat, waiting to dive on hapless prey below on the jungle floor. Mijanu liked extreme animals, you see. One of the few figures of the academic establishment I respect. Really a shame she disappeared.
When did she disappear?
Oh, decades ago. In the 30s. I didn't know her personally, of course. The chasm of academic pretension still stood before us, even though she had unusual courage for someone from the other side.
Which cryptid did you almost catch? You said before that you almost caught one.
A willow person. It's a long story. One non-specialists would find rather dull.
Willow people? Not at all.
What are willow people?
They're not people, really. Some argue they aren't really animals, as they seem to have evolved directly from trees.
He says in it... I can't read this, I'm sorry. It's hidden, it's a secret.
They're very, very thin, almost flat in fact, and can camouflage themselves easily, wrapping themselves around trees and blending in with the tree bark. In that way, they're not too dissimilar from the phasmid we're looking for here.
Wait, so I may have seen these willow people without knowing it?
You probably have.
How did you almost catch one of these?
Gary and I painted an entire grove's worth of trees in slow-drying paint. It was a bright lavender colour. I was hoping one of the willow people would get paint on it and not be able to camouflage itself. After waiting in hiding for hours, I saw a figure slip from one of the trees, a lavender shadow, dashing through the grove.
And then?
I chased it with a net. Not very elegant. You can't be elegant in the field. And, well, it was faster than me.
A lavender shadow.
He smirks.
I know you think we were snacking on funny mushrooms. It's easier to mock someone and to admit that the world might be more interesting than you've imagined. Furthermore, I'm not saying it was a confirmed sighting. I'm painfully aware of what goes into verifying such things. There is a serious possibility that I saw a squirrel or a trick of the light. I am my own harshest critic.
He makes it a real point here to sound falsifiable.
Just tell me about a cool cryptid. Any cryptid.
No offense, officer, but I'm not much of a pedagogue. I don't know what I would have done if Lena hadn't persuaded me to go back to field research. You should ask her if you want interesting stories.
That's pretty cool. If we haven't talked to Lena about the cryptids, I don't think he would give me any information at all. He wouldn't talk about it at all. This whole segment would be blank. So I'm glad we did that.
Me? I'm not a people person, unless you haven't noticed. And I don't make a good lecturer. My strength lies in field work and persistence.
He brushes an errant strand of hair from his eye. Enough tales then. Let's change the subject.
By all means.
Tell me more about these traps.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Lena designed the traps,
Yes.
he says with some pride. How do the traps work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can't get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
What are you using as bait?
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
What will you do if these traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing.
A carnivorous stick insect seems unlikely.
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
Not a big fan of skepticism, this one.
Let's talk about something else.
Yes. What?
Did you know Gary was hiding the armor?
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
Thanks.
The man matters in the distance. He doesn't dare say more. Lena seems pretty eager for your return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
He looks south, where Lena would be.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
Shut up, Gary!
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
I didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
Really? She's sighted the phasmid. She didn't tell me that.
Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
He coughs, then continues. Didn't she say that they met through a dating service or some sort? Does the phasmid host dating services too? We have to ask her.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious phasmid.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Is he okay? Maybe you could go back to the whirling, warm up, come back to check the traps later.
No. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
He's dead set on this. I could go for some trap setting.
What if we check the traps for you?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Chaos is my method. I am its scion. I'm all in with this cryptid shit. I am hooked.
Caught the bug, I see. It's easier to get caught up in the search than you'd imagine.
Where are these traps?
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them,
He gestures to the trap in front of him.
you should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
What do I do if there's a phasmid in one of these?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself.
What if I encounter the phasmid in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Lay it on me, thick. Present your armpit. He douses you with the odd-smelling spray, a double helping as you present your other armpit, and then gives you a satisfied nod.
It's not so different from the putrefaction of the hanged man, actually.
Oh no!
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
He looks at the lieutenant with disdain, then puts the spray back in his pocket. I'm ready. Let's get to it.
Right, which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
Think we're done here?
Homosexual underground. Maybe you should stop obsessing about your own and other people's sexuality. Feels like it's about time to do that. You thought about this for 8 hours? Not only should you stop, you should tell Kim you've stopped obsessing about other people's sexuality too. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. Unless you already got him killed because you were obsessing about your sexuality. There's no way of telling from within your brain. But for your own sake, please say you didn't.
This gives you absolutely nothing. No. We get 3 skill points. Oh, baby. Kim, I'm not obsessing about my sexuality.
Yes?
I have big news, Kim. Tell Kim about how you no longer obsess over your sexuality.
Okay.
I have managed to stop obsessing about my sexuality.
Great. Imagine all the time you'll have for work now. Matter of fact, we should get back to it right now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just one thing, though.
What?
Are you part of the homosexual underground?
You didn't stop at all, did you? You are just obsessing about other people's sexuality now.
Yes, but...
But am I? I'll spare you another 20-hour mind project. Yes, I am. Now let's get back to work.
My boy is gay! And I love him for it. Oh, Kim, you're perfect.
That's the truth.
I just realized something. Even the game punched me right in the face and told me, you just wasted 8 hours of research on something that doesn't do anything. So yeah. But you know what? Part of me is happy. I did it. Some kind of superstar, Kingdom of Conscious, apricot chewing gum scented one, magnesium-based life form, and bringing off the law. That's all we got. What do we want? Some kind of superstar. Should we do... Most of this won't take too long. I could try the magnesium-based life form. Even though I don't need it, because we have the passive from the conceptualization which basically heals me every time we talk about artistic stuff. Maybe there's some kind of superstar. That sounds fun, but it's -2 logic for only but an hour. Let's forget about this. Confirm. I'm between those two. Let's do some kind of superstar. -2 logic, good lord.
Okay. By the way, I love you, Kim. You're the best.
So, what am I wearing? Just a bunch of garbage, really. Maybe we should go, physical instruments. Change my gloves. Empathy. Soft light. Rhetoric. I like those pants. Yeah? Logic. Abso-fucking-lutely. I might wanna remove the armor for now. There's no need for me to wear it, really. What kind of pants do I have? Yeah, let's stick with electrochemistry for now. Drama. Do you wanna do drama here? Interfacing or electro... No. Visual... Oh, maybe visual calculus? Yeah. Logic. Shivers and composure. Can I wear something that is not, pain threshold, volition? Let's do physical instrument. Where's my net? Where's my trusty net? It's +1 drama. Yeah, much better. How about the hats? Reaction speed. Maybe we do need reaction speed for the traps. Logic wouldn't work very well with those.
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water.
What is this about?
Nothing. Just a hunch. The hunch passes, leaving you there, by the old boy bobbing in the water. Time to go.
What just happened? I don't know how to read this. A boy bobs in the water. The number on it says 11. We gotta get back at some point. To mail the letter and call the library. Ask about the deceased husband.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
Look around.
Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. The reeds rustle confidently.
Reach for the trap.
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
It'll be the next one! Surely!
Surely. Anyway, the air is nice and fresh here.
Oh, we ended up back here again. There's no way through. Maybe we should head home. The fast travel was right outside the church. We haven't done the church yet.
This is the trap Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. But
Look around.
the reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
Reach for the trap.
This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
The lieutenant takes a note. More out of habit than duty. How are you enjoying the cardio, Lieutenant? I'm quite enjoying it myself.
Always up for a good jog. Otherwise, would I still be on this case with you?
He smiles and raises his collar. It's windy. I haven't seen any of these in so long. Oh my lord. Thing is, I don't want to go back before we manage to look at all the traps. There's no way through here. We haven't done this part yet. I will leave that for later. Let's try and find the last one. We did southwest. We did the one he just set up. I'm not sure where the third one is. Is the fast travel here? Questionable. I know the church is here, however. Oh. What was that? What did you find? The water runs from the west. The source is upstream. A broken pipe? We've dealt a lot of damage to the place, that's for sure. Let me see, inspect the traps. Check the trap near the canal you crossed, southeast of the village. Oh, he said by the water. So it has to be on the other side. Looking back at you from the rust-cold water. You.
Wait. Take a longer look at yourself and how you're reflected in that slick chemical rainbow. What do you see? Metaphor. It's always metaphor.
Some kind of metaphor for me?
This is more important than you. That's the blood of industry you see before you. The runoff from Coal City, further down the coast. The engines of fortune once roared here. Great wealth poured into Revachol, the Delta, as did smoke, waste, sickness, life.
What happened?
The engines stopped. The West Revacholian industrial base was dismantled after the war. Now, extinguished coke furnaces dot the landscape, a landscape despoiled by industry.
There was a serious dereliction of duty in this cleanup.
Perhaps you could dedicate your life to cleaning it up, but you're a cop. You must concern yourself with different messes. Even so, it's pretty to think.
Imagine the smell. I mean, jokes aside, oof. I completely forgot that we can highlight things if we right-click too, which makes it so much easier. How did we miss this? We've been on this pier before. Unless, is this the trap? Nope. Planks creak beneath your weight. Game, are you implying I'm fat? The ladder leads to a school of fish, swimming in the kelp. Yeah, so far I've been pressing tab to highlight items and whatnot, but right-clicking is so much easier.
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down, bastards.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with you and those waves?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
That's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way. Point to the sunken vehicle.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
An official investigation has been launched by me. It's an installation. Very conceptual.
An installation? Us poor people are stupid and don't get installations. All I see is a heap of trash. This actually calls for a funeral, I think.
You are suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage?
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all?
I don't think they have funerals for motor carriages.
And why so? Our things are part of our life world. They're made with human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Damn it, Lillian, you're weirder than me.
Life world. Someone's been reading up on last century Gottwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Alright, I'm in. But organizing a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it?
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous side activities like rejuvenate the doomed commercial area or...
Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example.
You like the Capri funeral idea?
I'll see you later! Alright, let's find the last trap. Should it be around here somewhere? No, that's my car. Let me see that again. Check the trap near the canal you crossed. Southeast. Southeast of the village. So it's below the village. There we go. There it is.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist.
Look around.
The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. You see slabs of concrete north. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold.
Reach for the trap.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done.
His face is red from the cold sea air. He crouches to catch his breath. You getting tired?
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
She's short-winded. The sentence ends there. Oh, poor Kim, what am I doing to you? Trap in Land's End, far northeast of the Feld building. Feld building? Which one is the Feld building? Northeast, so it has to be all the way up. Let's go, Kim. I feel so sorry for him, doing this to him. I've already been up there. What's with this ambience? Is something happening? Game, is there something you're not telling me? Northeast. Do we need more perception or electrochemistry to see things? I don't know how these things work. Maybe we missed something. Northeast. A kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. Full of holes. Could the posts hide treasure? Look inside. They do hide the treasure. Oh my god. It's been so long since we found anything at all. Even meds. There's some coins up there too. Did we get everything? School of fish huddle around the fence post, then scatter into the dark. Before you a drawbridge. It can only be lowered from the other side. We can lower the drawbridge? I'm sorry? Not bad. How do we get over there? I don't think this is related to the traps, but... Oh, this drawbridge! How do we reach that part? This has to be the church. Nice. These rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. The building before you housed the engine. Must have been a big one. This barrel has been recently discarded. Still smells of fuel oil. There it is.
It takes you a moment, but finally you spot the last of Morel's traps. This one's partially obscured by the reeds.
Look around.
The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. They seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year.
Reach for the trap.
The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here.
Look closer.
No locust. No phasmid either, but still.
Look closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
Kim, let's take the case! But what if it was the phasmid? What if it ate them and got out?
Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to figure out now. We're not cryptozoologists. We're cops.
You're no fun. Look at this bird. Look at it. Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock. Brand Tiomutiri. You take a mental note. Tiomutiri. Seems important somehow. Someone made a campfire here a long time ago. A rusted, broken control box for the radio relay tower. This ladder is too rusty to climb. The sea air has eaten away at it. Hello? What was that? Tiny inlets there, off in the far distance, where the post trail towed. Kim, did you hear that? What is that? Whales? I wonder if we should look at it again or come back here at night. The chain trails off into the ocean, to who knows where. I want to get in there, but we don't have time. We have to get back into the city and resolve some things. You feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. I mean, it looks like a church. The sign reads Saint Brun 1147. Can I fast travel now? Yeah! Okay, yeah, so this is the church. Perfect. It's nice and sunny around here.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Connect me to Jamrock Public Library, please.
Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
I'm looking for any information that you can provide on Billy Mejean, a reader.
Billy Majon, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
He puts down the receiver.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
Yes, home address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
Huh. Do you have any other information on Billy Mejean?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
Do you know someone who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
You hear someone answer from afar.
Maurice, what? A woman yells. Then, yes, okay, if it was the police, she starts explaining something.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
So, Billy Mejean is a woman, not a man. How did your colleague know that it was her husband?
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
And then goes for a little drink later, on the lookout.
Do you know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can Marie describe to me what the husband looked like?
Marie!
A moment passes.
She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was he wearing?
1 second.
The librarian turns away from the phone again and relays the question.
Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
Thank you. That's all from me. I have no other questions.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
The librarian hangs up and the call gets redirected back to the station with a soft click.
Anything else you need from me?
Yes, I need to report a dead body on the Martinez boardwalk.
1 moment.
You can hear her shuffling through some papers.
Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
An identified middle-aged man, height 170, 175 centimeters, dark hair, medium build. Looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench.
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
No, seems like it was an accident.
No field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Mejean.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking it.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Is this something we're doing tomorrow or today? Oh, that's for tomorrow. Okay, we're not doing that yet.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox.
Okay, close it. Kim? What are we doing, Kim? Oh shit. I almost froze the game. I killed it there. Dead body. Go to Billy Majon apartment to deliver the bad news. Apartment buildings in North Martinez. They did say it is where our sexy boy lives. 20. Was it 20? Man, that is wild. The wife is not here today. I wonder if the shopkeep knows anything about it.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
That's random, but I want to know. This Dick Mullen book fell apart before I got to the end. Do you have another copy?
Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. Some of these old paperbacks just don't have the durability. I would be happy to sell you another one, but unfortunately, it's the last copy we had in stock.
Oh. I break everything I touch.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word.
Hold on. Pain threshold, you say? How much pain threshold do we have? Do we even have any? Where did I get this from? I don't remember buying a beer. Pain threshold. If I have something... Oh, this is pain threshold. Wheel. Yes. Bodonk. I don't believe I have other pain threshold items. Most of them are, electrochemistry. Dude. It's a scarf. It's a scarf. Yes, but I don't want to throw away the horrific necktie. What am I gonna do without the horrific necktie? Horrific necktie is love. Horrific necktie is life.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
Do any of the books call out to me?
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
Oh!
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man from Hyundai in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man. She's laughing at him, belittling him. Between the throne and the Hyundai man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Hyundai and the Devil Woman.
I don't know, women, devil women. Interesting.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hyundai novels.
For 9? Can I get a discount on this one, please?
It is a bestseller for a reason.
You would know. Well then, bye. We can still go in there. I mean, it's been quite a long time since we explored in here, and things have changed since then. Now, we have more skills. We are much stronger. It smells like leather and sweat. Awesome.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
8%?
I just wanted to impress Kim. Guess we're not doing that today.
Let's go, Kim. To the upstairs. Oh, Kim, what, hello?
Yes?
Didn't you want to tell me something?
What about me?
I don't know. You wanted to talk to me. What is it? Tell me a secret about yourself.
No.
Okay then, what did you want?
The lieutenant nods.
Good.
Can I help you?
It's dark.
The lieutenant states the obvious. Are you scared of the dark, Lieutenant?
And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand.
Flashlights go in hand?
Yes, you might even call it a feature of the universe that you need to hold tools to use them.
That makes so much sense.
Right. Now let's get to it.
Some areas are inaccessible without your flashlight. After you've acquired it, go to your inventory and equip it in a held slot to continue exploring.
Thank you, tutorial agent. Jeez. What is it? Kim?
It's dark.
I know.
And the flashlight works a lot better if
Got
you...
it! Jesus, man. I can still see. I can do this. There's treasure in there. How do we get in there? I'm not gonna lie, I can't see squat, Kim. You're not wrong, it's pitch black in here and I wanna get in there. Let's take a break though, and I will see you on the next episode of Disco Elysium. Until then, thank you everybody for watching, have fun, whatever you do. Take care of yourselves and do not forget, keep on gaming. I will see you all next time.